Safety is the state of being safe or freedom from the occurrence or risk of injury, danger, or loss. There are steps that can be taken to be safe and remain safe. Because accidents and emergencies can and do happen, it is best to be prepared. How you respond can be a matter of life or death. This video will present the emergency response codes for your school, emergency sounds associated with the emergency response codes, and the path to take during an evacuation drill. All emergency response codes are announced by the principal. Should your school go into lockdown, that indicates that a weapon, intruder, or a violent occurrence or threat may be outside. The classroom door will be closed and locked. Lights in the classroom will be turned off, and you will need to sit against the wall that is furthest away from the door. We will remain in this location until a code green is announced. Should you be outside of the classroom and in the hall during a lockdown, you will need to quickly find a secure space or a classroom to go into. Should an evacuation be announced, everyone in the building will be required to leave in an orderly fashion. If a medical emergency is announced, that is an indication that there is medical staff on campus. You will need to stay clear of the hallways. If you are a student and you are already in the classroom, you will need to remain in that classroom until a code green is announced. Should a shelter in place be announced, this indicates that there is an outside threat, which is a nonviolent outside threat, or there is a stray animal on campus. You will need to remain in the classroom or in a secure location. Instruction will continue, but you will not be allowed to leave the classroom. Should there not be any emergencies occurring, then it is said that we are under normal operations, sometimes called code green. It is just as important to recognize the emergency sounds that correspond to the emergency codes. 3 bells with a short pause followed by 3 bells indicates that we must evacuate the building. One short bell indicates that you must stop and pay attention. An announcement is about to be made, and very possibly an emergency code will be called out. Should a long, continuous bell be sounded or a long, continuous siren, that will indicate that a tornado is in our area. We must move quickly but quietly to our designated locations. This will be outside of our classroom and in the hallway. Two bells will indicate that we may return to our classroom and return to our normal routine. Should you be in room 134 when an evacuation announcement is made, or if the evacuation bells are sounded, you will need to direct yourself to the classroom door. You will need to walk out quickly but quietly into the hall. You will need to walk alongside the wall, keeping your shoulder in close contact so that you can use the wall as your guide should the electrical power go down and the hallway becomes dark. Should the hall become filled with smoke, you will need to drop down to your knees and crawl alongside the wall. At the end of the hallway, you will need to take a right, and you will need to head for the two glass doors. You will need to exit, and you will find yourself looking at the parking lot. You will need to continue to walk through the parking lot and head for the area directly on the opposite end of the parking lot, which is the grassy area. At the grassy area, you will stand here and wait. You will wait for your teacher's arrival. When your teacher arrives, she will call roll again to determine if everyone from the class has safely made it out. And then we will wait. We will wait for the two bells to ring that indicate normal operation, at which time you will then proceed by walking back to the classroom. It is up to all of us to create a safe environment in our schools. To do so, you need to learn your emergency codes, your emergency sounds, and the evacuation route. Because remember, how you respond during a crisis or an emergency can be a matter of life or death.